Let's proceed to our clarificatory questions. We now recognize the Honorable Laila De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a few clarificatory questions and then a manifestation.
Proceed.
But anyone from the NBI team can respond. Just clarificatory lang po. Based on Annex G attached on your affidavit of investigation, can you confirm that the Bureau, the NBI, issued a subpoena directing VP Sara to appear in the NBI office of the Director on November 29, 2024 to shed light on the investigation of the alleged grave threats?
Yes,
Nagpadala
ma'am,
ba
we
kayo
do.
ng subpoena?
Yes, ma'am. We do confirm, ma'am.
Nagpakita po ba si VP Sara sa NBI noong November 29, 2024 para makipagtulungan sa investigasyon?
Hindi po nag-appear, ma'am, ang Vice Presidente sa schedule na yon ng subpoena namin.
Alam niyo ho bang dahilan? Meron ho ba siyang pinadalang dahilan kung bakit hindi siya sumipot?
Meron po siyang letter, ma'am, through her counsel. If I may, ma'am, kung pwede ko pong basahin
Yes,
ito.
please.
VP Duterte informed the NBI that she will not be able to attend on the scheduled date as she will be attending office matters requiring her urgent attention as a consequence of the ongoing House Representatives Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability's inquiry into the Office of the Vice President and Department of Education's fund utilization. On that same letter, VP Duterte requested for a copy of the complaint.
Okay, so ang sabi po, she's attending to urgent office matter. Yun po ang kanyang dahilan sa hindi niya pagsipot noong November 29, 2024.
Yes, ma'am. Base po sa letter na yon.
Based naman po on Annex J of your affidavit of investigation, can you confirm na nag-issue po uli kayo ng subpoena kay VP Sara commanding her to appear on November 11, 2024 before the Office of the Director of NBI?
Yes,
Again,
ma'am. We
in light
issued
of
a
the
second subpoena to
investigation.
her, ma'am.
Sumipot po ba siya? Pumunta po ba siya?
Hindi po, ma'am, for the second time. Hindi po nag-appear ang ating Vice Presidente.
Ano naman po ang naging dahilan this time? Second time around, November 11, 2024.
If I may, ma'am, kasi meron hong letter na pinadala through her counsel. Again, the NBI was informed that VP Duterte will not appear on the scheduled date and denied having made any threat. Quote, with respect, we must state the obvious that the Honorable Secretary of Justice is the Office Administrative Superior, Head of Agency, and the President's alter ego, while the Honorable Executive Secretary is the President's chief alter ego. Given these facts, you will kindly understand our client's prudence in her cooperation with our office and her desistance from appearing and giving any statement on 11 December 2024. That said, our client vehemently denies having made any threat constituting grave threats under Article 282 of the Revised Penal Code in relation to Section 6 of RA 10175, terrorism and any other punishable acts under Republic Act 11479 or any other crime. Since your office acknowledges that it has access to publicly available material on the internet, we are confident that the content and context of the entire press conferences, subject matter of your investigation will bear this out. Close quote.
Okay, so sinabi nyo na dinideny
Yes, ma'am.
ni VP Sara ang kanyang mga pagbabanta laban sa Pangulo, sa First Lady at sa former Speaker of the House. Kahit ito mismong threats na ito ay nagaling na mismo sa kanyang bibig at kitang-kita natin doon sa...
Kong Laila, closer to the microphone, please.
Kahit po yung threat mismo ay nanggaling sa kanyang mismong bibig at kitang-kita po natin sa video.
Based on her letter, ma'am, yes. Opo.
Yes. And yung video is na-authenticate ng NBI.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindi yun gawa-gawa lang, o hindi yun AI.
Yes, ma'am. We hashed the data, the subject data, meaning the virtual press conference, which was live streamed through social media platform. When we say hashing, we apply a mathematical function to that data to convert it into a fixed length value called hash value. Yun po yung ini-explain kanina ng aming technical.
So authenticated.
Yes, ma'am. Authenticated po siya.
Based din po sa inyong affidavit of investigation, can you confirm na nag-issue din po ang NBI ng subpoena to some representatives of the media, some personalities of the media who attended yung OVP press conference na yan noong November 23, 2024, yung online press con?
Yes, ma'am.
Huwag na
sa-
lang ho natin na banggitin ang mga pangalan ng mga media personalities na mga inimbitan nyo, sinabpina nyo. Pero ang pinapa-confirm ko lang po, meron po kayong ilan-ilan na mga miyembro ng media na sinabpina rin to shed light on this also because they were present in that virtual or online press conference.
Yes, ma'am. We issued subpoena to at least 6 media personnel, ma'am,
From various media outfits.
from various
Iba-ibang
media
media
outlets.
outfits. Iko-confirm nyo rin po kasi nabasa ko po yung ibang mga affidavit nila. Kino-confirm nyo rin po na may mga reaksyon sa kanila. Doon sa ilan-ilan sa kanila tungkol doon sa ang isa nagsabi, I was surprised, shocked nung narinig na yung pagbabanta na yon.
Yeah.
Ni VP Sara, I was surprised, shocked, but I kept myself composed. Yung isa naman, ayun, yung parang nagulat siya. Nagulat daw siya na ganon ang naging pahayag nung pagbanta ni VP Sara. Meron din isa, sinabi, he was shocked when he heard VP Duterte uttered the threatening remarks. So ilan-ilan po sa mga media personalities na ito na inimbitahan nyo o sinabpinan nyo, ganun ho yung mga naging reaction nila nung narinig nila mismo yung banta na yon galing sa bibig ni VP Sara.
Yes, ma'am. We confirm that.
We confirm. So there are affidavits here as part of the annexes of the NBI investigation report.
It's not affidavits, ma'am. It's minutes of interview, ma'am.
Minutes of interview. Ganon yung mga sinabi nilang naging reaction nila.
Opo, ma'am.
Okay. By way of manifestation now, Madam Chair, para sa akin po, itong ground na ito, threats, inciting to sedition, ito po ay isa sa pinakamalakas, kung hindi pinakamalakas na ground. Para sa akin po, as the endorser of the Sabali et al. Complaint sa kapagbabasa ko ng records. Yes, lahat po ng grounds for impeachment raised against the VP are serious. But more than the other grounds, ito pong ground na ito, the threats, is one of the most important in the sense that it gives us an insight into the true character and moral fiber of the VP. Sa pagkakataong yun, maaga pa lang ay nakita na ng buong sambayan ng Pilipino ang tunay na karakter at pagkatao ni VP Sara. Never before, in the entire history of the world, has a sitting vice president threatened to kill the president and his wife on live streaming video for the whole Filipino nation and even the world to watch. It finally revealed Sara Duterte at her most transparent and unfiltered moment. And para sa akin po, this is not an aberrant attitude of a Duterte. In fact, it is their trademark character. Just recently, yung kapatid nga niya po, si Mayor Baste, said that all he wants is the head of the president, nothing more. And then the Duterte family will be satisfied. This, to me, ang pagbasa ko po dito, hindi naman po ako psychologist o psychiatrist, pero sa aking obserbasyon, this is a clear pattern running along all of the Duterte children. They're all cut from the same cloth and woven from the same fabric as their father, who is now facing 3 charges of crimes against humanity before the ICC for the murder of thousands of Filipino civilians, all citizens he was sworn to protect. So may history of violence, may proclivity, may tendency to violence ang pamilya pong yan. Mayor Baste also showed us that the Duterte family is capable of bringing back the bloodshed instigated by their father, as he attempted to do so immediately at the start of his first term as Davao City Mayor in 2022, with the killing of 7 alleged criminals in Davao City. Fortunately, his attempt to bring back the Davao Death Squad was immediately put to a stop by the PNP when the leadership of the whole Davao Police Force was revealed. The Davao City Police was no longer the Davao Death Squad that the children grew up with and got used to running their errands, including the occasional execution of enemies, as attested to by DDS leader Arturo Las Cañas. Mayor Baste's failed revival of the DDS is also just a poor copy of his sister's record in the EJK business. According to Las Cañas, then Mayor Sara, together with the then City Police Chief and now Senator at Large, Bato de la Rosa, were the ones to come up with Oplan Tokhang as an operation modus of the DDS. Marami pong sinabi si Las Cañas sa kakayahan ni VP Sara na maging katulad ng kanyang tatay. Kaya nung sinabi ni VP Sara na kumuha na siya ng hitman para patayin ang first couple, hindi po yun biro. Siya po mismo ang nagsabi, no joke. Hindi biro ang pagbabanta ni VP Sara sa buhay ng Pangulo at unang ginang. Na ginawa niyang bantang ito ay hindi na alegasyon. Napanood po natin ito sa live streaming video. Nung gabing yon, nakita natin ang totoong Sara Duterte. Nanlilisik ang mata, halos bumula ang bibig, at lumabas ang dugo sa tenga dahil tila ba sasabog na ang kanyang ulo sa galit dahil sa pag-detain sa kanyang chief of staff dito mismo sa loob ng batasan. The irony of this is that it all happened here, within the premises of the House of Representatives, in the same government compound where we are sitting now in judgment whether or not to recommend to the House plenary the filing of the articles of impeachment against VP Sara to the Senate for an impeachment trial. And so we have gone full circle, Madam Chair. Sa haba-haba ng prosesyon na nag-umpisa sa opisina ni Kong Paulo Duterte nung gabi, noong November 23, 2024, bumalik tayo ngayon para dinggin ang krimen at impeachable offense na naganap malapit lamang sa bulwagan na ito. Ang seryosong pagbabanta sa buhay ng Pangulo, unang ginang, dating speaker ng kanyang pangalawang Pangulo. Hindi bale sana kung walang gulugod sa likod ng banta. Pero katulad po ng aking sinabi, may kakayahan si VP Sara at ang pamilya Duterte na isa katuparan ng kanilang mga bantang pagpatay sa Pangulo. Sa katunayan, ilang beses na nilang hinahilintulad ang Pangulo sa libo-libong drug addict na pinapatay ng kanilang tatay. Sa tingin ko po, sa akin po, ito ang pinakamalalang ground for impeachment. Dahil pinakita nito ang kawalan ng tamang pag-iisip ni VP Sara. Again, I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, but that's what I can see from the character and personality of VP Sara. Hindi lamang pagbabanta sa buhay ng Pangulo ang ating nasaksihan noong gabing yon mula sa Room 304 ng South Wing Annex, kung hindi ang lagim na kinakaharap ng ating bayan sa ilalim ng isa na namang Duterte. That is my manifestation, Madam Chair, for the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable De Lima.